Good afternoon, everyone. Last week of June, first week of July, if you like your corn frosted, North Dakota is the place for you to be. Look at the damage on the stalks. And if you like your corn frozen solid, South Dakota is the place for you right now. And you know that old farmer saying, knee high by the 4th of July? They're talking about a horse, not a human, but look how tiny this corn is. And just generally across the entire United States, it seems to be this is the state of our agriculture. It doesn't matter if you're down in Arkansas where it's flooded or you're here where it's bone dry and freezing. Oh, did I mention Spain? Look at the amount of hail coming down. And this surely fits the fingerprint of a grand solar minimum intensifying. And while you're watching the video, please remember to subscribe to Adapt 2030. And as was predicted in the global warming models from the IPCC, corn would be frosted to death in the growing zones of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Canada in late June and early July. This is what the corn looks like. That is not healthy. I'm not a corn expert, but that does not look healthy to me. And as every IPCC model predicted for global warming into the future, they predicted frozen solid corn 3 days before the beginning of July. You know, that's in all the reports. That was expected. Of course it was. Frozen solid corn. This does not bode well for agriculture across the United States. 35% of the wheat at the very minimum has been lost for not only winter wheat, but spring wheat as well. Knee high to the 4th of July, that's an old farmer saying, but they're talking about the knee height of a horse, not a human. So when we look at this pitiful growth so far, yes, some areas have come in, but a lot have not. This is the reason it's making the news to the farmer community. AgWeb is full of stories. Twitter's full of images. And when you look at rows and rows of corn, I actually feel really terrible for the farmers because the loans they took out, what about these same farmers next year if they're not able to get credit and replant? Unless President Trump goes ahead and puts some emergency fund for crop losses this year, I don't know how they're going to be able to plant next year. Indiana struggling, wet feet meaning flooded soils. Wait, June 23rd and the fields still look like this? And this? Arkansas, southeast U.S., tens of thousands of acres of cropland still submerged. And some of that has even been draining off. You know, are they really going to be able to get into the fields this late and plant? And if they are, what kind of harvest are they going to get? Because most models, at least on the grand solar minimum side, show that there'll be intense cold in the beginning of the autumn this year, which will definitely reduce the yields even further. And it's not just in the United States where we're having extremely strange weather. All-time record rains coming in Moscow. Here's an example of that same weather front that was passing through. Look how much hail was dumping in Spain. This is on June 30th. The intensification is definitely going forward as predicted during the models from Zarkova, Zarkov, Shepard, and Popov. This next 6 months is going to have an amplification effect of all 2016-17 combined. We're going to see more change in these next 6 months than you had in the prior year and a half. And as we step into 2018 to 2019, that's going to amplify even further. Welcome to the Grand Solar Minimum. I hope each and every one of you is preparing in your own way, but absolutely we're going to have to start growing our own food again to substitute for what's going to continue to be lost year upon year from this point forward. foodforliberty.com/adapt2030 heirloom vegetable seed kit. Inside this there's 38 different varieties of non-GMO, non-hybrid vegetable seeds. It's enough to grow 10 acres. And as I've stated before in previous videos, regardless or not if you buy this high quality seed kit from Food for Liberty, you need to at least get heirloom seeds at the bare minimum. This is a great start pack for you. but I encourage you to do your own research to see what types of plants grow in your area, and also plan for it to be wetter or drier depending on how your weather's changing at the moment, but also cooler. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video, and I'll see you next time.